Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Autumn Noble. I am a life and career coach working primarily with attorneys. Today, I want to just take a brief moment to talk a little bit about one of the most common questions I get asked from my clients, and that is, how do I find my purpose? I go through years and years of striving and achieving and working to accomplish this goal of becoming a lawyer, and I finally get there and it just doesn't feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. They're confused, they feel a little bit lost, and they just don't know what they're supposed to do with their life. So often they ask me, how do I figure out my purpose? Whenever I get that response from a client, my feedback to them is always the same. And that is, we've got to start by looking in the mirror and figuring out what has been driving you all along and what has been motivating you for all of these years. When we're kids, we were taught that our purpose and our job were supposed to be synonymous. When you think about little kids, one of the things we always ask them is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And depending upon how they respond, we lob a lot of judgments at those kids and we place a lot of value on how they respond to that particular question. Think about it. If you have a kid that says that they want to be a doctor or a lawyer, when you ask them what they want to be when they grow up, we're all sort of like oohs and ahs, like that's so impressive. And you kind of wonder, where is this coming from? Is this something the parents taught them to say? Or, is this kid really going to kind of knock it out of the park? In contrast, if that kid were to say, well, I want to be a garbage person for the rest of my life, our responses would be very different. We would kind of wonder, what is it that makes that kid want to do that? Where is that coming from? And some curiosity around what's happening and how that kid is being socialized. In short, we place a lot of value on people's careers and we equate that career to their purpose and their value within our social construct. One of the things that I think is so critical for us all to realize for ourselves is that our purpose does not have to have anything to do with our job. Our job can simply be what pays the bills. It doesn't have to be this groundbreaking, earth shattering passion that we have, and it pays the bills. It's possible to have a purpose that is sort of on the side, something we do with our spare time while we have this career that pays the bills. I think starting from that space and being open to that possibility can take some of the pressure off of this idea around what we do for a living and its importance in our life and how that relates to our purpose as human beings. One thing that we can do to get closer to understanding our purpose, as I said, is to sort of look in the mirror and do a little bit of self-reflection. Years ago, when I was in private practice, I was an attorney chairing a practice group at a mid-sized law firm. And I was having the same questions like, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? Is this what I want to be doing with my life? Am I really happy? Why am I not happier? Right. And sort of thinking through all of these things, I decided to spend a couple weeks and do a little introspection. And what I would do at the end of every day is I would write down what was it that brought me joy that day? At what points in the day did I feel really passionate about what I was doing, such that everything else happening in my world sort of lost its importance, where I would get sucked into certain things and lose track of time and lose track of everything else that was supposed to be happening during the day. I spent a week kind of looking at those things. Then I also recorded things that really sapped my joy and killed my energy during the day. And I really approached these journaling experiences from a space of curiosity and openness and tried not to kind of steer my brain in a particular direction. What I found at the end of those 2 weeks is that the things that were bringing me the most amount of joy were the moments when I was able to make true connections with the young attorneys at the firm, whether it was the attorneys working for me or attorneys in other groups. When I was able to sit down with them and talk about what they were passionate about and then what they wanted out of their career or the firm or their life and what they might be struggling with, that was when I really felt the most passionate. And I could just feel the rest of my to-do list kind of falling away. I realized that those one-on-one deep connections and the ability to support and mentor were parts of my day that did bring me a lot of joy. and were definitely an indication of a path that I needed to continue to explore. Fast forward years later, here I am having a coaching business where it is my sole role is to work with attorneys to support them and mentor them in their struggles and fulfilling their dreams and their goals. It was from that exercise that I was able to really take a moment and realize, like, wow, these little small interactions in my day really bring me a lot of passion. Is that something I can do on the side or perhaps as a full time job? But initially, it just started off as I need more of this in my life. If I'm wanting more passion, if I'm wanting more energy for my day, and this is what is giving it to me, I need to find a way to get more of that in my life. For me personally, that led to a career in that space in addition to my legal practice. It didn't have to be an either or proposition. So, what I would encourage you to do if you're struggling with this lack of focus, lack of certainty about what you want to do with your life, and you're just kind of wondering, why am I just feeling like I'm floating in the breeze? Take 2 weeks and do this journaling exercise and really ask yourself what brought me joy today and what sapped my joy today, and see what you can discover at the end of that time.